Hi, I'm Neil from Charles Hurst Ferrari, and this is the all-new 296 GTS Assetto Fiorano. This car is finished in Rosso Imola with a contrasting Nero roof. Being part of the Assetto Fiorano pack, it has the Argento Nuremberg stripes, complemented with the carbon fiber elements along the front splitter, the side splitter, and also the rear diffuser. 20-inch alloy wheels with the black calipers in behind, ceramic. Electric folding wing mirrors as standard as well. Coming towards the back of the car, you're going to see a lot chunkier tires at the rear to give you that little bit extra grip being rear wheel drive. Around the back of the car, you're going to see this large carbon fiber diffuser. Finished with the same color scheme as the rest of the car, the Argento Nuremberg. You also have this lovely black titanium exhaust. Reversing sensors are also housed within this carbon fiber diffuser. Coming around the side, you can really see these rear buttresses, which are a lot more noticeable whenever the roof has been retracted. Along the side, then again, the carbon fiber elements and the noticeable Scuderia shields on either wing. This is the first 296 GTS into Northern Ireland. How would you spec yours? Do you like this color scheme? Would you pick the Assetto Fiorano package? As most of you car enthusiasts know, the GTS variant is a retractable hardtop. So how about we jump in and take this roof down? This car is keyless, but to be honest, we just have to look at this key for a second. How beautiful is it? A few buttons on it, double click, will open your bonnet as well. But for this, all I have to do, pop my fingers in and open the door. Let's get this roof down. So to start stop just in the center here, so just one touch of it. 14 seconds is how long it takes the roof to go from up right the way to down. Can be opened and closed while moving. Being the Assetto Fiorano model, this car has a lot of carbon fiber on the interior, such as on your door cards, also trimmed in some Alcantara. But this follows on into the car, from your headcloth in Alcantara, your dash finished in this lovely leather with contrasting red Alcantara, and even onto the steering wheel with your lovely carbon fiber and these LED shifters. The racing bucket seats are finished in carbon fiber as well with Nero leather. Look really, really good and house you in the seat, especially when you're pushing on. In the center, you've got this lovely carbon fiber tunnel, which house a few of the controls, such as your window switches, roof switch, and also the small window at the back, which really creates that experience whenever you're driving. So you can really hear that engine in the back. Lovely placement for the key as well in the center here. As you can see, it just slots in nicely in between all this carbon fiber. Most of the controls are all on the steering wheel. So as you've already seen from starting the car, either side you're going to have different driving modes. On the right hand side, you have your Manettino for all the different driving modes, such as being in wet, blue, you can turn it around, and you will see on the dash as well this lovely digital display what mode you're in. So now we're in sport, turn around again, race, traction control off, so on. On the left hand side then, very similar. Whenever you start, you're in hybrid mode, but you can change it to the likes of performance, which comes up on the left hand side then, or then into qualifying. Being the 296, having that hybrid motor, you can also put it in e-drive, which means the car will just drive in purely electric. Moving on up then, you do have your main controller for this display. So you can change the display by hitting View Max, and it will give you a different display, such as here where you can see the full sat-nav view. Pressing it again, it will change, so you do have your rev counter on the top with the sat-nav on the bottom. But my personal favorite is whenever you have the rev counter in the center and the different displays at either side. On the right, you have the different car information, but just with a swoosh of your thumb, you can change it to radio information and then also your map. Then the button here just takes you back to the main menu. So you can go into the likes of vehicle, audio, navigation, phone. Really depends on what you want to have on that screen. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel then, you do have some shortcuts. So when someone rings you, you've got your phone button, so at least you can answer the phone. And then you've also got some voice controls if you do want to use them. Cruise control rounds off this side, which you can then be set, especially if you're doing one of them longer drives on the motorway. Indicators are straight in front. You can't miss them. You can either push them in or you can push them from behind. It's really personal preference and up to yourself. And then at either side, you'll see down here, you do have your wipers on the right-hand side. It does have automatic wipers if you just turn it around to the A, or you can set it yourself. Then the left-hand side, you do have then more features for your lights, and then also the wee cruise control toggle. So if you want your automatic lights, you've got your button there right for it, and then if you need a flash at someone, it's the one above. On the right-hand side, we have our mirror adjustment. So just by pressing on either the right or the left, you then can adjust either wing mirror. It's just a case of scrolling left and right, that'll adjust the mirror. Then you can also fold in your wing mirrors at any stage, just by pressing the button. To the left of this, you will see what mode the lights are in. So at the minute, it's on automatic. We can just turn them off and have the side lights on if you do wish. On the left-hand side, we've got our climate control. So you can see blue for cold, red for hot. So it just depends. If you want to turn the temperature down a little bit, you just keep pressing on that blue. Likewise, if you want it a little bit warmer, press on the right-hand side. You do have your front windscreen demister, and then it will also put on some other options, such as your rear demister, and then you can set the fans to go to certain directions if you do press the little man in the middle. All this does come up on your main screen here as well, so you can use and see what you have selected up on the main dash. This particular car has the optional passenger display. So as you can see here, you've got 4 different options. From performance, which is going to show what speed that the driver is actually doing. It also shows your gear, and then a little bit of telemetry, such as your tires and what state the car is in. So at the minute you can see it's blue and it's in warm-up. By going back, then you can go into the likes of your audio. So the passenger can then change the radio station, especially if the driver's too occupied enjoying the drive of the car. Back again, navigation settings. So you can select where you want to go, and also the passenger then can give directions to the driver. And last but not least, there are different settings which can be adjusted, such as the display brightness. If the passenger chooses not to have this on at all, they can just put it on standby and that'll turn the screen off. This car isn't without its conveniences. Wireless Apple CarPlay and smartphone charging. Pop your phone in, charges away. There is also some storage within this car. So underneath, the passenger does have a glove box, which they can store some of their personal belongings in. Also, on both doors, you do have some storage. This car is powered by the 2.9 litre V6 engine. To open the engine bay, just open the door and pull this latch, and you can see the glass engine bay pop open. So this 2.9 litre engine, it produces 660 brake horsepower. And then in conjunction with the hybrid motor, it produces 820. So as I said, you can drive it in electric only, you can drive it with a petrol engine, or you can use both together to get the ultimate performance. 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. With the engine being in the back, it means we've got no boot. But thankfully, at the front, we do have some luggage space. Back to the key, 2 clicks of the unlock, releases the latch, and then on the inside, it reveals quite a large front boot. So with all Ferraris, you do have your spec plate, which is housed just at the back here. As you can see, all the extras which this car has from factory. All the things the car comes with then are in here. So you do have charging cables to plug the car in to charge up that hybrid motor. You do then also have your car cover. So if you want to keep your pride and joy protected, a lot of customers will stick this on in the garage. All the features that will be in the boot will also be a front number plate holder for sticking the number plate on the front, and also all your driver manuals are in there. So hopefully that's given you a taste of what the 296 GTS Assetto Fiorano is like. But one thing we haven't discussed is how this thing performs on the road. So let's jump in and take it for a ride. So first, First, Ferrari give us the 296 GTV, and we all knew what was going to be coming afterwards. Car enthusiasts will always say the hardtop version is better, the coupe is better, but I beg to differ. This 296 GTS is one hell of a drive. That 2.9 litre V6 sounds absolutely incredible. Revving up to 8,500 RPM, there's a reason why Ferrari nicknamed it the Piccolo V12. Ferrari have said the only thing that they've had to change between the 296 GTV and the 296 GTS has been some suspension dampening. Other than that, the car drives basically the exact same. Even through all these rolling corners, the car feels absolutely planted to the road. And it really does. This car feels absolutely on rails. In the corners, on the straights, it feels fantastic. The way Ferrari have went back to the gated gear selector really makes you want to just put the car in a manual and really enjoy the drive. A lot of people get a car for the emotion that it brings, that noise, that experience. And this 296 GTS certainly delivers.